Welcome to the Hudson Valley Disc Golf Podcast. This week's episode is sponsored by the winner of DisCap Presents the Blatnick Breeze 8 in the MA60 division and Patreon member Sparky Spalding. A couple reminders, registration is still open for the 2025 Stonewall Classic unless you're listening after tee-off on Saturday, October 18th in Greenville. Peter Lundstedt will be doing the raffle again this year. The Dove Creek Monthly is the next day on October 19th. Registration is open for the DisCap Series 2025 Volunteer Finale on November 2nd. It's too late to order a shirt, but registration is open until October 31st at 9 a.m. EDT. And registration is also open for the 13th annual Two-Town Turkey Trot. You can sign up as a whole sponsor. This week, we've got Alex, Eric, Corey, Randy, Evan, and Jaimen. No Jason this week. He's prepping for the Stonewall Classic. No Tim either, but I'll have a theory on that later. We do have Tower Power Captain Kevin Kroenke with us. How you doing, Kevin? How you been?
Good, Pat. Been a while.
Yeah.
Just got finished watching Mariners put a little spank on Blue Jays, and happy to be here.
Is that over?
Yeah, they finished. I think it was 8-3 final.
I thought it was 9 at one point.
When I said back, I went out and grabbed a beer in the fridge and then caught it as they was finishing. So I thought it said 8, but
no, that's cool. So you went to call your grandma?
Yeah, I had to go call Grandma. She likes blue rose tattoos.
All right. And now you're making me think of a Willie Nelson Taco Bell commercial. Nobody got that reference. I'll probably edit that out.
What are you talking about?
He got off the bus at the border, went up, drove the woman with the rose tattoo. She offered him a ride, and when he got inside, she offered him something new. A steak burrito supreme from Taco Bell. She insisted that he try it. And a new zesty steak melt from Taco Bell. He had never had nothing like it. And when he tried the steak soft taco, all of a sudden he knew that he'd always be indebted for the rest of his life to the woman with the rose tattoo.
There's a lot of team challenge that happened, but I thought we'd start with the DisCap Presents Battle of Saratoga 23. A few people here played in Middle Grove, New York. What course is that at? Battle of Saratoga? Heiser Creek. Yeah. I'll figure that out one of these days, that Middle Grove is Heiser. Tournament director Mike Schwartz had 66 players. As usual, I'll just go through the results, and anybody who played can let me know how their round went. Starting in Mixed Amateur 3, Ethan Thate won that by 4 strokes over Gregory Dubois, or Dubois. I don't know, but I don't even know if Thate's right. MA2, Mixed Amateur 2, Ross O'Toole shot a -6, beat Erich and Kevin by 4 strokes. He shot -2. MA60, Mixed Amateur 60, Peter Cornish beat Lewis Davis by 4 strokes and David Chaikin by 5 strokes. Daniel McCrae won the MA50, Mixed Amateur 50 division. Krista Kovac won FA40, Women's Amateur. Yeah. Oh, that's okay, yeah. From Tower
Power.
Yeah. MA40 Mixed Amateur 40, Tomas Selez shot a -3, beat Travis West by a stroke. Evan, have you played anything at Heiser Creek?
Monthlies, tag matches, flex this year, but I don't think I've ever done the battle or the
April Showers?
Correct.
Any reasoning or just timing didn't work out?
Mostly that, yeah. Heiser Creek's a cool course. It's super neat, but I just haven't prioritized playing tournaments there, I guess, for whatever reason.
Oh, that's cool. Just curious. MA1, Mixed Amateur 1, Bobby, don't call me Robert Hallam, shot a -11, beat Troy Vasari by 6 strokes, and Trevor Klein. Any relation to Kenji, Trevor?
I'd say no, but I don't know that many Klein spelled that way, so maybe somewhere down the line.
From Tribes Hill, New York. Over in the FPO division, looks like Kathleen Bemis won that by 2 strokes over Megan Mercier. We actually spoke with Kathleen Bemis. How'd you do there, Kat?
Finally got the win after a bit of a drought at the Battle of Saratoga at Heiser Creek today. I felt pretty dialed off the tee, and the upshots finally clicked. Shout out to my Bergex. Card vibes were okay sign. Round 1 was chef's kiss. I had some great drives off the tee, and quite a bit of course luck. Round 2 was less good, but I was able to hold down first with some mediocre golf. Feeling really proud of this one. Flying disc fire, #discgolf, #8K disc, #team 80K discs, #throw like a girl.
Oh, okay. Good to hear it. I'm glad.
That freaked me out so much.
That was actually kind of close. I'm not saying
it was really good.
But.
Honestly, I was looking for something with a heavy Boston accent, but I could not find it. So. But yeah, nice shooting.
Great job, Kat.
Yeah, absolutely. Over in the MPO division, looks like a handful of familiar names here. Randy, looks like you played. How'd that go?
It went great. First round, I had a good card. I had I love when I say I have a good card and then I can't remember their names. I had Tucker Kozlowski. Oh yeah, I had Adam Nelson and Jay Gorsuch.
You couldn't remember the most local guys on the list,
dude. I just blacked out that whole first round. But anyways, it was a blast. I won't dig into detail. Basically, I made almost all my putts and I threw good shots. So I managed to shoot 8 down in that first round and get myself into second place and on the lead card for the second round. Second round, it was a slightly different story. I was still making my putts, and when that's not my problem, it's tough for me. So like my tee shots were just a little bit off. I was hitting trees, which I didn't do the first round, and I missed one. Really, just one putt was the difference between like fourth place and missing cash, and it was my 15-footer on 16 with the water surrounding the basket. And I've been just draining my putts all day, and I step up to that one and I like just rush it because I'm nervous about the water or whatever, and just kiss the top of the cage right into the water. And those 2 strokes were the difference between cashing and being 1 stroke outside the cash. So whoops. But still a great day. I think it's pretty much the end of my rated year. So happy to end on a high note.
Yeah, minus 10 and you don't even make cash. That seems crazy.
Yeah, but whatever.
That's a much better score than when Corey usually misses cash by a stroke or 2.
Yeah. 999 rated round. It's awesome, buddy.
I know it was almost good, right?
No, I know that's at one point. Like, that is kind of rude of them to do that.
Yeah, we'll
Isn't
see
that
tomorrow.
Your second one in not too long, where it was like very close.
Yeah, I did. I think a 997 at States as well. But I'm happy. I'm happy when my kind of off round it was like right at my rating. So it's a good feeling.
Yeah, and if this is your last one for the year, you'll get a little bump.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Let's see. Anybody else play? Corey, you were there.
I was there, yeah.
How was your day there?
I was good. I think this nor'easter was coming through. They were kind of forecasting a little bit earlier. So it was initially in the beginning of the week, it looked like the weather might be absolute dog shit. And I kind of told myself that I'm not really back out of tournaments, but I don't look forward to playing 4-hour rounds at Heiser in the rain. So if that was going to be the case, I think I was going to back out of it. Another thing that Randy didn't mention is that we also started pretty early. We're used to tournaments starting at 9. And I think Mike set it up so that there was basically a hard cutoff at 8 o'clock for check-in. If you weren't checked in by 8 o'clock, then, repercussions. So I think we actually started round 1 by 8:30. I forget exactly what time it was, but it was pretty early. A lot of people talking about it. Didn't really change much. It was a cold, kind of dreary day anyways, but started on hole 3 and kind of got off to a cold start. I played with David Koch, Justin Michelli, and Mike Thomas. 3 and 5 are kind of like the must-get birdies, it feels like, for the MPO field, 2 of a few of them. And I didn't birdie them either round. So got a couple birdies in the front 9, get to the back 9, and kind of got most of them to throw basically the best ever round I've ever thrown at Heiser Creek, which was 10 down. I think it beats my previous best. I think I threw 8 down a couple times before that to come out with a 10-17 rated round.
The only 1,000 rated round in the tournament, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Actually, yeah, it does look like that.
I see a 999, which Randy just talked about, 998.
Yeah, and there were some good scores in MA1 as well, some 990s. But 10-17, obviously I'm happy with that. It's like the second highest rated round I've ever thrown in my life. Going into lunch, kind of try to keep it pretty light. By the time we started, I don't know how fast the lunch round was, but I think I had like a beer between rounds. And as soon as round 2 started, I'm like, maybe that was too much, just because I kind of started getting not nervous, but when we started round 2, I think I had a 2-stroke lead over Randy and 3-stroke lead over a 3-way tie for third, Kyle Hirsch, Benjamin Apple, and Peter Hodge. Actually, before we warmed up, we're starting on hole 2. Kyle's warming up, practicing hole 3. He throws an ace just before the round starts. I make a comment that, like, do you feel like you just ruined your throw by acing it, while warming up? And I forgot what he said, but literally he steps up to hole 3 again and aces it after just birdieing hole 2. So in 2 holes, I took 2 pars and my lead was already wiped out. So round 2 for me was real kind of slow to begin with. But once we got to the back 9 of the course, I started really cashing in some birdies again. Once we got to about hole 15 or 16, we started on hole 2. So we're finishing on hole 1. We had 4 or 5 holes left. I don't typically watch scores. I didn't look at scores at all the first round. I didn't know how good I did to the end. But I was looking at scores like every single hole, if not twice a hole, just to try to keep an eye on what the other guys were doing. And Tucker was basically public enemy number 1. I think I had maybe 4 strokes of a lead with 4 to go or 5 to go. I birdie hole 16, which is the basket in the creek hole. Get to 17. We got 3 holes left. I think I had 3 strokes. Kind of shank a drive. I get blessed with like a lucky lie. Have a chance to birdie that one with a good upshot, but I kind of duff an obstructed putt, take a par, get to hole 18, and I see that Tucker just birdied hole 17 and 18. I kind of alluded to it while we were on the fairway of 17 to Kyle that like I've seen a lot of tournaments get thrown away on holes 18 and hole 1, mainly on cards that I was on. Saw David Koch blow up on hole 18 to lose to Tucker. I think the previous year, Tucker and Kyle kind of had an interesting ending hole in playoff in a previous tournament to kind of flip the scales in that event. So getting to hole 18, I'm like, if I just hit this field goal and if I par the last 2 holes, I probably win unless Tucker does something kind of crazy in the end. And I have like a circle 2 putt at the base of the hill from 18. I figure I've seen layups roll away. I might as well try to give it a run. And if anything, aim high. So I kind of clear the basket. And I somewhat airballed the putt. It hits high on the hill and then it rolls away. And I'm just watching this thing roll away in like slow motion and basically think that my tournament has just got thrown away.
So I am also thinking about all the bad things I've seen happen on this hole, and I tell Corey not to lay up. And then that happens, and my stomach is just like in knots after that. I was like, oh my God, I just ruined Corey's tournament because I didn't want a repeat of the Koch layup happening.
Yeah. Randy told me to not lay up. Kyle was telling me, even though I'm your competitor, like you definitely shouldn't run this. And yeah, I did not really see it coming. Although, I mean, that hole is like, I figured if I can birdie it, I win. I can basically putt 3 times from the tee pad of hole 1 and win the event. I was putting good all day. Round 1, I was 100% circle 1. Round 2, I hit some really good putts. I did get lucky in a lot of spots, but I was nailing these scrambles to save my pars and put me in birdie chances. I only took 1 bogey on the entire day, and it was hole 18. So anyways, I lay up to the basket again. Now I have this 15-foot putt that I don't think I'm going to be able to make because I just watched this thing roll away forever. But hit the bogey putt, get the hole 1. Same thing, I'm still watching Tucker as if he's the only one that's really in play, and he's on the hole ahead of me, but I can't see where he is. So I don't know how aggressive to go on hole 1. Hole 1 is a big bugaboo for me. It's kind of like a downhill putter shot, 2 things I'm not good at. So I placed my entire tournament basically in the hands of an XT Bullfrog, and it did not let me down. The entire flight down the hill looked like it was going to hit a tree and be short or kick OB, and then it just turned right at the last moment to sneak into the circle. On the way down the hill, I see Tucker kind of struggling on hole 2 and not knowing exactly how his hole progressed. He was going to take a par, best case. So I'm already thinking like, oh, I could just lay this up. I have a 1-stroke lead. We're both on our last hole. There's no point in me running this basket and Kyle Hershing it after I just David Koch'd it on the last hole to basically lose the tournament. And it's our last hole. We all left our bags at the top of the hill. I don't have my phone on me, and I'm like, before I do something stupid, does anyone have their phone? I can look at the scores real quick, and Randy has his phone out, and I see, okay, yeah, Tucker not going to beat me. Oh, wait a second. Kyle Hirsch is 1 stroke behind me, and we both basically had the same putt. Kyle steps up to his, and he drains it. So now we're tied, basically. And I have a 20, I don't know, it felt like a 35-footer, but it was like a 20.
I'd say it was 25.
Yeah, it was like a 25-footer, but it felt so long. And I'm sitting there, and I'm like, not trying to like hype myself too much to get too anxious, but at the last thing I'm like, I've been making these putts all day, so I kind of just hunkered down and hit a stock 25-foot putt to win.
Nice.
After almost blowing it.
Yeah, you almost David Koch it, you almost Kyle Hirsch it. At what point were you going to Corey Cook it?
Oh, that was, if I would have, Corey cooking it there would have been caging the putt and then going to a playoff. The one I did not want to go to a playoff with Kyle or Tucker. I did not think my chances were good against either of those guys in a playoff at Heiser Creek. And that's kind of why I wanted to run the putt on 18 was I didn't want to have a chance to having a playoff, which a double-edged sword, I guess. It was the only way I could have gone to a playoff and the only way I could have avoided a playoff, potentially.
When it rolled away, did anybody yell out, "He's cooked"?
I don't. Afterwards, maybe there was probably some comments like that.
Let's see if we can get that to catch on.
Yeah, let's make that a thing.
But my round was almost cooked for sure.
Nice. Have you won this one before?
Not in Open, but I have won it in MA1 in a similar fashion. I think I went to like a 3 to 5 hole playoff with Matt Cully in MA1 a few years ago, which I did not want to do that again either, obviously.
Nice.
Good job, buddy.
Absolutely.
Thanks. Yep.
Congratulations.
Finally got to hold the big check. I did get a little frightened. Ryan Travis, I don't know who gave it to him, but they had like confetti poppers, and I wasn't expecting like a mild explosion to happen as I'm walking up to take a picture with Mike Schwartz. But no, it was a good day. anytime you can play at Heiser and it's not raining, it's not snowing, it's not super cold, it's not super hot, there's no black flies, is a good day. Like I said, Kyle aced hole 3 in the second round, his first hole, and Mike Thomas aced hole 1, allegedly after calling his shot and telling someone to film it before he threw it. I think that was probably like his third to last hole, maybe fourth to last hole.
So tied for 5th, we had Stuart White and Benjamin Appel. They both shot -11. Peter Hodge and 2024 Hudson Valley Disc Golf Podcast Player of the Year, Tucker Kozlowski, shot a -13, tied for 3rd. Kyle Hirsch, 2023 co-Hudson Valley Disc Golf Podcast Player of the Year, came in 2nd, -15, and Corey Cook, -16.
David Koch eagled hole 12, which is the huge downhill hole from short, maybe he was at the 500-foot rock, but he basically eagled hole 12 with like a 200 and something foot throw in. I know Muccelli, he eagled hole 8, and his eagle play, I'm not going to describe the holes. You either know the hole or you don't, but Justin's play on hole 8 is to just throw a giant sky anhyzer over all of the trees on the rough and then hope that it crashes down. I don't know where he landed, but he eagled it, and I'm guessing it was fairly close.
Michael Thomas also eagled 14.
Oh, yep, he eagled 14, which is kind of a shorter par 4. That's a great one to get.
Jack Fruchter got it as well.
Oh, yeah, he did. Yeah, around 1, I think, right?
Yes.
Yeah, hole 4 basically has no score separation on it. 95% of people, actually I shouldn't say that's probably too high, but most people par it because it's almost kind of unbirdieable, except with a perfect shot or a big putt. And I was wondering, like, would we see more birdies on hole 4 than eagles on hole 16? 16 is the basket in the stream hole. And actually, nobody eagled 16 and nobody birdied hole 4. So I guess it was a tie.
There were 2 bogeys on hole 4, and everything else was a par. Randy, do you know who bogeyed hole 4?
Oh, yeah. So, like, hole 4 is actually one of my favorite holes to start on because it's such an obvious hole to just par. And I had thrown a few warm-up shots on it. Easiest hole ever. First throw when it matters. Smoke the trees on the left. Take a bogey. So, yep, that's how you do it.
Hang on, I lied. I forget that PDGA doesn't combine all the stats. I think there was actually only 1 birdie on hole 4. RPI guy kid, Eric Bossenbrook, who was actually a lefty, and that is not a lefty hole. It is a tight dogleg left. So I have no idea how he did this, and I wish I knew beforehand, but that is crazy.
Well, the other bogey and MPO was Kyle Hirsch, and that one stroke, that's a big stroke right there in hindsight, of course.
Oh yeah, I'm sure he wanted that one back.
Mm-hmm.
Probably the one on hole 2 as well.
No. All right. Anything else? DisCap presents Battle of Saratoga 23. Speaking of Saratoga Spa random postseason dubs, Dylan Marsing and Jonathan Klingler shot a -13 to win, and they aced hole 9A. Jim Burns and Kay also aced hole 6A. But that's at Saratoga, right? That's a different. I just saw Saratoga, so I was, All right. Well, if there's nothing else on Battle of Saratoga, our main topic, I guess, would be the New York Team Challenge. Our first match, we got the Chatham Hill Country Club at the Goats of Greenwich at Chatham Hill Country Club.
What?
Everybody picked the goats. Caitlin, Jaimen, Randy, Tim, Corey, Alex, Evan, Eric, and I got picks from Jason as well. And so Jason also picked the goat. So we got a few questions to answer here. Who won? If it was the goats, did Chatham Hill outscore Tower of Power? But let's start with, why was this match at Chatham Hill to begin with? Who's the best to answer that question?
I guess why it's not CTK is probably best for Jaimen. Why it is Stonykill is probably best for me.
What do you got, Jaimen? Anything?
Yeah, so there was a changing of the guard. Laura, who had been there since the beginning of the course, left CTK right around Battenkill Open. And the new person is still figuring out how disc golf relates to the rest of the place and like what are the questions to ask and that kind of stuff. So they undersold the magnitude of the event that was happening at CTK this weekend to Bohanski. And they talked to me on Monday. A different person, the head of grounds, talked to me on Monday and was like, hey, we're looking at parking cars on hole 9. And he wanted to run it by me for some reason. I came out there and I said, yep, that's fine. In that, and while he's explaining, he's like, all the buildings are being used and like everything. And I was like, so we have the okay right now to have a disc golf event here that involves a potluck lunch. Is there anywhere that we're going to be able to put that? And he's like, no, not at all. And so that got the wheels turning. And I suggested to Bohanski, hey, we just played at Chatham. Stonykill would probably make a lot of sense just to do it there instead.
Once Anthony realized that he had no place where he was going to be able to play, contacted me to see about the availability of SVW to actually play at.
Okay.
Yeah, so basically right after we stopped recording on Monday, I actually got a text from Kate Clay. Anthony had talked to her because, they were running into issues and trying to figure out the best way to do this, on the up and up so it's not, a surprise for everybody. And she had mentioned that Ant was looking to get to SPW as an alternative. We were fine with that. And then as we got closer to that, it looked like there was going to be, some extra fees associated with reserving the pavilion and trying to avoid the fees and such. It just ended up getting relocated to Stonykill because we're already pretty aware of the things that are necessary for that, and the disc golf course is almost always pretty much free to reserve for a situation like this. So luckily enough, we were able to get everything scheduled and get everybody to the right place by the time it was Saturday.
Nice. So we got the match at Chatham Hill or at Stonykill. Do they still do a spread? How does that work?
Yeah, so it's still a quote-unquote home match for the Goats. So they're expected to provide the spread. So they ended up bringing stuff to Stonykill. Still provided all the food that was necessary. Pretty solid spread. Nothing insane, but very solid. Good food.
Did you bring mac and cheese, Jaimen?
I did.
Oh, okay. Okay.
It was good mac and cheese. I had some mac and cheese. It was.
Heck yeah. I've heard. I haven't had Jaimen's mac and cheese, but the rumor is it's pretty fucking good. So I know you're not a captain, Jaimen, but was it a logistical nightmare or just saying, hey, we're playing here instead of there? No big deal?
Yeah, that's everything that was related to the team is that, hey, unfortunately we have to play at Stonykill instead of CTK, but that's it.
I mean, CTK is kind of out of the way to begin with. So playing at Stonykill, it's probably not that much of a longer drive. And correct me if I'm wrong. That would be my thought process.
Yeah, I mean, there is a good amount of people centered around CTK on the team, but
okay.
It's definitely not more of a drive for probably most people. It's probably pretty even.
Yeah, I know for you, it's probably a bit of a trek. We've talked about it before. You're not right near CT. You're about an hour now?
About 45 minutes, yeah.
Okay, my next question, did you get there on time, Jaimen?
I did, despite my best efforts. I tried not to again. I just kind of, planned to wake up earlier this time, so it worked out. But yeah, I don't know what it is with me and my alarm clock and New York Team Challenge, but it's a pain in the butt. New England Team Challenge, I am closer to still on time because it's just got logistical shit that I have to deal with, but I'm awake. I'm not.
Yeah. Who does your board, out of curiosity?
This was that's Anthony Bohansky's first attempt at a board, which, it wasn't bad.
No, very clear.
Yeah, written clearly. Some of the more permanent markings were not permanent yet, but it's fine. Nothing wrong with that.
Absolutely. So, Jaimen, am I seeing this correctly? Did you play Mark Ox first round?
Yep.
How'd that go?
It went good. I was able to navigate everything fine. My putting wasn't there. I played aggressive on a few holes, which kind of cost me, but everything was good. Mark missed a few putts to keep it a little bit closer, but all in all, we had fun.
Heck yeah. And Alex, you played, is that Tim Giardini?
The GOAT himself, Tim Giardini, correct.
That's a tough matchup. How'd that go? Oh, and you got to start on hole 10. Shocking.
Yeah. It was kind enough to get us to start on 10. I started out a little bit rough, but came back and I was actually up 2 with 4 left. Literally all I needed to do was birdie 6, 7, 8, or 9, and I would have been guaranteed at least a push. And I decided to go bogey, par, bogey on some of the easiest holes on the course. So I'm kicking myself a little bit there, but that's how it goes sometimes. And Tim's a really good player. He had a couple of missed putts that I would expect him to make most of the time. So realistically, he should have beaten me. But, when you have the opportunities, you got to capitalize. It's sort of the issue that's been plaguing me for the second half of the season, at least, where, I seem to be scrambling pretty well. I'll get pars when, last year maybe I'd be getting bogeys, but I'm also not getting birdies at all, which is a bit of a struggle. So unfortunate, but, good match by Tim. He's a very solid player. No shame in losing to him, but I really wish I could have won.
I mean, you got him to 1 up, so...
Yeah. Like I said, I was up 2 with 4 left and then lost 3 out of the 4.
I see Mini Potts got a point.
Yeah, she won. That was solid. Travis Bashore also won. Good chunk of pushes out there. A good chunk of, 1-ups and 2-ups as well. We had done matchups the night before, and I was feeling, relatively good about things. But when you're in a match like this, like I've said, I kind of feel like a broken record talking about it, but you got to throw away a couple of matches, and then you got to win all your 50-50s to have a chance. And we we did not win any of our 50-50s.
Any standouts on your side there, Jaimen?
I watched Nick Cardone push his match, which was just kind of back and forth. I think there was only 6 points the entire time, so there's a lot of pushes, but nobody ever had more than one stroke of a lead. I don't think Nick ever had a lead until he won the last hole to push it. So it's nice to see a younger player with the stick-to-itiveness to kind of get a push out there, because pushes, I feel like, in Team Challenge are harder than a win or a loss.
So it looks like after round one, it got 14.5 to 3.5. So, Alex, that one up we'll have to see in doubles.
Yeah, it was going through my head when I was looking at the scores after lunch. I'm like, if I had just won, then I wouldn't have to worry about things.
Yeah, nothing to worry about in round two other than winning your match.
Yeah.
We kind of mentioned the spread earlier. Were there any other standouts? Anything you guys wanted to mention?
I think they had a taco bar again.
Ooh.
I don't know if that was someone you picked up from CPS that had done the taco bar at CPS and is now doing it here, or just picked up the idea. But it was good. I like tacos.
Do you know who that is, Jaimen?
No idea.
All right. Taco was all meat, so what do you worry?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, so we got 14 to 3, which means, Alex, do your math. How many you got to win now?
In order to win the match, we need to win all but one.
All right. And who did you play with in dubs? Oh, you played with Sam. Duh.
Of course I did.
How'd that go?
Went well. Played with Sam, like you said. It's always great playing with him. Early on, we went down by a stroke or two. Missed a putt on 16. 6 holes in, we started on 10 again. That would have gotten us a stroke back, which was kind of haunting us the entire round. But as we kept going, we clawed our way back. I think we were one back going into hole 8. And they had a spit through on like a 45-foot putt that really should have gone in. Maybe not should have gone in, but easily could have gone in to bring us to tied going into hole 9. And we were able to both par that one to force a playoff. We played against Ethan Hatters and Nick Cardone. Ethan had a spit out on hole 2 from the tee. So that is, he almost aced the hole. And Nick was nailing putts. I think he had 14 and 15 were both 45 feet or more putts that were just dead center. So, they were playing really good. Can't fault them for that. And then, of course, on hole 10, they get themselves a 45-foot opportunity for birdie, and they drain it, and we miss our 45-footer to lose the playoff in one hole. Again, disappointing, but they were playing really well, and there were a couple of opportunities where they probably could have made it so there wasn't even a playoff in the first place. So that's how it goes.
Damn, Jaimen, that Nick guy, he's getting like battle tested. He pushes in round 1 and then goes to a playoff in round 2. That guy, he's going to be prepared.
He's a good player. I played with him a couple of times early on in the season playing AM1, and he's a solid player. He also plays volleyball, so that's great too.
Heck yeah.
Very solid player, and he practices. So he's got a lot of headroom. I think he's gonna just get better and better.
That's super funny, because the one day we were playing and I was on his card, I kept asking him, like, what do you practice or something? Like, just obviously very sarcastically, but I guess he does.
So is that Steve Marshall you played with in dubs, Jaimen?
Yep.
And it was Greg Kurtz and who's Brett?
Brett Racine. He's a up-and-coming player who's been playing a lot of dubs at Stonykill. We're looking to get him developed.
Nice. How'd that go, Jaimen?
It went well. We started off super strong, birdied the first 4 holes. I think they might have birdied 2, maybe 3 of them, but I didn't feel like we were struggling too much. So I felt super confident throughout the whole match. They got a couple back. Once we got back to the front 9 on some of those shorter holes, I think we bogeyed hole 2 because it's hole 2. We played good. When Steve made a good drive, I was able to get it a little closer or something like that. Steve was making some great putts out there, but no, it was fun. Anytime you play around with Greg Kurtz, it's a good time. Brett's a super nice guy as well. He's another guy that I could see getting real good real fast.
Yeah. So it looks like a clean sweep in dubs for the Goats. I feel bad, Alex, because one up in round 1, and then you go to playoff in round 2, and you couldn't get that 1 or 2 freaking points.
We're walking up to hole 10. I'm like, I almost said, you guys are clearly going to win this overall. Do you guys just want to push and not walk all the way out to hole 10 and then come back? But we were actually playing very quickly. I think we were on track for like a 2-hour round or something like that. So there's really no justification for it. So I didn't say anything, but I almost did just to get the 4.5, the guaranteed 4.5.
The fact that you forecasted that, though, is wild. It was or just that it came up. You only have to score 4.5 points, or it's it's 5 points. Oh, actually 4.5 technically.
Believe me, it was going through my head the entire time.
Any last comments on Chatham Hill at Goats at Chatham Hill?
Goats were a good host at Stonykill. They did everything they needed to do,
So our second matchup this week, we got the Tower of Power at the Beast of Burbine. Alex, Corey, Tim, Randy, Jaimen, Caitlin, and Jason picked Burbine. Erich and Evan picked the Tower of Power. Kevin, did you play this weekend?
I did not, no. I think this season I'm probably just going to do administrative stuff. And if I play, it'll be at home.
All right.
Although JPark is tempting. And then our next away match is at Stonykill.
We do like Stonykill, though.
60% of the matches this year have been played at Stonykill, I believe. So
It's a damn good course.
what was the thought process going into this match? You got the Beast of Burbine. As a captain, did you think this is a winnable match? What's your strategy?
Yes. As a coach, I thought it was a winnable match. But any coach would say that. But I did think that this was a match that we were going to have a chance at winning.
When it came to singles matchups, were you happy with how it came out?
Yes, I felt good about the matchups. Like Alex says, there's the ones that you're going to throw away, and then the ones that you should win, and then the others that, that's the 50-50 or whatever. I felt good about that pool of these are the ones that are close and where we're going to make it or break it.
All right. Erich, you played, is that Earl Steenberg?
Yeah, that's Earl Steenberg himself. We all know Earl, and he is a very consistent player. I feel like he could be put up against anybody and put up a really good fight. So I just went in, just weirdly enough, knowing he was going to play golf, and decided to go aggressive because why not? And it was with Lenny Rabune, awesome, and Ben, not Jeff Daniels. His nephew, Ben Daniels, was against Lenny. Great vibes, fun card. Wasn't totally there, and was Earl is just so consistent. So even though you think you're going to have a hole, he's getting up and down for par. So it's like as soon as you think you have something, he's coming out of nowhere. Interestingly enough, almost going to Kevin's point, me and Ben were talking where I actually felt like me and Ben would have been a good matchup, and Lenny and Earl, but strategically, it makes more sense to have Lenny against Ben and me against Earl because Lenny has a better chance of beating Ben than I do. It's more evenly matched, and Lenny and Earl would be kind of a hard split. So that makes sense to me. So we had fun.
You probably got a shot to beat Earl.
Yeah, I mean, it just if he's not off the tee and not putting well, I have a chance. He's a pretty consistent player, though. And shout out to Earl.
You're the one.
I appreciate you, buddy.
You're Neo.
Go back to the Goats. We hadn't scored anything in dubs, and you messaged me that you were going into the playoff, and I was like, be the one. And next thing I knew, you come back.
Yeah, well, and thankfully I didn't read that message beforehand because I would have shanked my shot and we never would have won.
That's okay.
I'm glad I didn't look at my phone.
You were the one that made Alex sweat all weekend.
I know.
That match win gave us the 4 points.
Let's go.
Yeah, so Lenny took care of Ben and Earl took care of you, Erich?
Yeah, 5 and 4.
Yeah.
Looking at the spread, literally, I think I scored one hole on one hole. Yeah, we started on 7. He had 2 up. Then I was pushing for 4 holes, and I just wasn't it just wasn't there, and got dormy before I even had a chance to really wake up. But had a good time.
How often do you get to play that course?
Maybe a couple of times a year.
Okay.
Not including Team Challenge. I try to go out like once or twice.
How many years have you been playing New York Team Challenge?
This is my 3rd year.
Okay. I got a message earlier today, and it kind of explains why Tim's not here tonight. So I'm just going to play a clip, and it should answer all those questions. Tim, who you got?
I'm going to take the Beast of Burbine since they picked up Tyler the Cannon Gannon.
Wow.
All right.
Wow.
Lefty cheater course, they say Burbine is.
Yep, that's what I'm going with. Terry Hudson won one of the matches there, so I'm taking the better lefty.
He can eat his words on that one.
Yeah, so it looks like Terry Hudson played Tyler the Cannon Gannon and beat him 2 up in round 1.
Shout out Terry Hudson.
Don't count out the old guy.
I'm not telling you who messaged me and told me the exact minute and second when to pull the clip, but I'm just saying, nice job, Terry Hudson.
Is that Patreon Terry Hudson? Am I
That
correct?
is, in fact.
Patreon
Thank
supporter.
you, Evan. Yes.
I did talk to him about that before the whole match started, so it was definitely a thing that was in the air.
So it looks like the Beasts had a 12-5 lead after round 1. How was their spread? Kevin, do you eat much during Team Challenge?
I actually walked like the whole match with Jamie Borge and Jay Malloy from our team and Josh Weinstock and Jeff Daniels from theirs. And both of those matches went pretty long. I mean, Jamie beat Jeff 2-up, and Jay just lost to Josh 1-up on the last hole. So I got back late, but I mean, I saw some pizza that was there. There was a bunch of different crock pots. I know Josh Weinstock brought a crock pot, some subs, some sort of granola, strawberry, maybe a raspberry or a blueberry, kind of not quite a strawberry upside down cake, but
Good spread. They had refreshments, enough drinks
Yep.
for everybody. They had a generator going to heat everything up.
Eric, do you usually eat during lunch?
Yeah, I got to keep the fuel in the body to keep myself going for sure. So I eat, but I don't overeat because that's a classic mistake. You know, I have like you said, there was sandwiches, there was nice cold cuts, like 3-inch. So I had maybe one of those, let that sit for a little bit, had another one of those.
So about average size.
Exactly. Yeah. But like, that's still a half a sub even. That's not even, it's like a light half a sub. You know what I'm saying?
where it's set up, it's in at some crossroads, so you can like grab something, play a hole or two, and then on the way, you can grab something on the way back out. Especially the second round.
And considering I was 5-4, I had a lot of time to chill.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah,
there were a bunch of 5 and 3s and 5s and 4s, and I mean, one thing we were worried about was we were both at 17. We were at 15 or 16 before rosters were supposed to be exchanged. We dropped down to 14 to match them, and then the 3 females. So we knew we were going to have a sixsome somewhere along the line, both rounds. And we went with the threesome with the ladies in match play. Some of those ended kind of shorter. Some of our women are newer and just playing team challenge for the first time this season. So CK and Juliet went 2-1, so they pushed right to the end. In fact, I think the two of them had about a 20-minute to 30-minute break before we were back out to play dubs.
They kept pushing, yeah.
Looks like it's going to be a battle between Eric and CK for Tower Power.
I know, CK puts up another one
for the year. But yeah, so you guys are down 12-5. Kevin, what's the thought process going into round 2?
We got to win a whole lot of dubs.
You got to win what? Looks like 9 matches. You got to win 6 of them, would be my...
We got to go back to the 17 again. Somewhere along the line, there's either going to be a triple or there's going to be a single match play.
Mm-hmm.
We got to win a whole lot of them. We need 6 just to tie it up. Once upon a time, we tried triple women, and that really never worked so well. I kind of just settled on a philosophy of a women's double team and then a women's mixed team. And Juliet and Jackie just wanted to play 3 mixed teams. So I was like, okay. Well, that kind of threw me off, and I had to rethink some stuff, some strategy as to who to shuffle around with dubs teams.
Who'd you play with, Eric?
I played with Jamie Borge, and we played against Josh Weinstock and my name is Jeff Daniels. We started on hole 1, which is awesome. I don't know who set that up, but I love you for it. I already knew I was going to have fun because it's Jeff Daniels, it's Jamie Borge, and Josh. And Jamie told me, he goes, hey, just put it under the pin.
And he'll make the putts? Is that what he was saying?
That's exactly what he said. And I was like, well, where were you round 1? Like, shit, if I only knew that's what we're doing. And I'm not kidding or embellishing. This might have been the best throwing I've ever had in any match ever consistently. 17 out of 18 holes, I either was parked or in the circle. It was really fun. Yeah, I had some of the best shots I've ever had, almost aced hole 2. Sadly, we weren't converting as much as we should have been, but we had every look. It was just spitting hot fire just because he said he'd take care of the putting. So I just put that out of my mind and just, went lights out off the tee. And we ended up winning by one stroke, which is good enough for me.
Was it a boring 1 stroke, or was there anything exciting about it?
I literally told Jamie we're tied going into now hole 16, and on 17, I'm like, dude, I got 1 hole. I have like 1 other hole left in me. We have to break this tie. So I parked the hole. He put the putt in, and I was like, thank God, because I was like, dude, I have 1 hole of energy left in me. And then I threw the best shot I ever did on 18, and that I think put the pressure on them because they kind of shanked their shots. I mean, great players, but I definitely put the pressure on them.
Heck yeah! And it looks like Tower Power actually won double, 9 points to 8.
We did. We took 4 out of the 7. And then the singles match, not quite enough.
No, but still.
I was really proud of, even though it ended up a loss in a 1-hole playoff, CK and Dennis taking Amber and James Black to a 56-56 dubs match and then losing in a one-hole playoff.
So it looks like it was a 20-14 was the final.
Yeah, 2014
Close.
final, which last year was, I don't even think we were in double digits in points against them at Burbine. So
Nice. So improvement.
a vast improvement.
All right. So looks like Alex, Corey, Tim, Randy, Jaimen, Caitlin, and Jason all got another point on that. Erich and Evan. Sorry, fellas. You guys got the first losses of the year.
Sorry, guys.
Moving over, we got the Wilcox Widowmakers at the JPark Wrenches. Erich, Evan, Corey, Tim, Randy, Jaimen, Caitlin, and Jason all picked JPark. Alex picked Wilcox. Corey, what do you got?
Yeah, so this is probably one of the more, I don't want to say anticipated matches of the week, but definitely going to be one of the closer ones. Wilcox is a strong team, even coming to play JPark. You know, they're good woods golfers as well. I don't know any of the strategy that was employed during matchups, but I know myself and Brendan Sisk were the last throwouts. I played against Max Horowitz, who I've never met, but I've heard his name a lot. And Brendan was playing against Alden Slack. And I personally, I'm glad I got Max because I feel like
Alden's pretty good, right?
Alden's pretty good.
Yeah.
And he probably would have mopped the floor with me.
Well, before you get into your match, can I ask you a couple questions?
Yeah.
Who does your whiteboard?
That is Brian, and those lines are tape, I believe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he has a board that he has like the whole format, and he did add the new addition to the board this year is the column for penalty points because last year that was kind of a thing a lot in our matches.
What does he use for the temperature and how accurate is it?
He actually has a plug-in weather monitoring station that gives you things like humidity, dew point, water column, all that stuff. No, I have no idea. He probably looked at his phone on the way down there.
You played Max Horowitz and Brendan was playing Alden Slack. How'd that go?
I started off like garbage. Hole 20, the valley hole, I hit literally first available and bogeyed and lost a hole. After that, it was pretty back and forth between me and Max. I don't think at any point it was ever more than like, I think I had 1 point on him for most of the match until the final, like, I don't know, 3 or 4 holes of our match. I kind of just went birdie, and won 4 and 3. Alden was killing it. I think in the first 5 holes, he was 4 down. Brendan definitely had an uphill battle. I think he won 1 or 2 holes maybe. So their match got done pretty quick, but they fought us along for the last few holes for ours. Max is great. He's a smooth player and a great putter. And every time I thought that, like, oh, maybe I'll get a point on him because he had a 25 to 30 foot putt, he just drained it.
What's Alden Slack's local course, would you say? Do you know?
He's a Wilcox guy. I'm not sure exactly where he lives, but when I think of Alden Slack, I think Wilcox. And I think last episode, I thought that he wasn't going to be there at all, but he did play round 1, and I think he's a saxophone player, so he had a gig later that day, so he was just there for singles.
Did John J.P. Hafner play?
Hafner did not play. The thought was that he was going to call in and try to help do matches, which I thought was great for us and bad for Wilcox. No, I think they sent him the matchups afterwards. I'm not really sure.
Who are the captains on that team? Wilcox, do you know?
Nick Terralavaro and I'm going to guess Kristen McDonald. I don't know if that's accurate, but I know Nick Terralavaro is one of the captains. I think someone said I think Caitlin said they have.
I think Kristen is the assistant captain this year.
Who are the JPark captains? I know Brian Bickersmith. Anybody else?
Chad Larson. Yep. Brian and Chad are our captains.
Okay. And that was the same as last year, right?
Yep. Brian took it over from like Alex, and I don't know if Harry was really involved in captaining, but Alex was our original captain.
Is Harry on the team this year?
He's not. No, that's definitely a player that we missed on the roster.
No, that's fair. Also, isn't he like the impetus for the team name or no?
Oh, he is. Did change from Gerard Lehman. Well, I don't know if we actually changed, but we were known as the Gerard Lehman Wrenches, and now we're just the JPark Wrenches.
So next year we might be the JPark something else's if he doesn't come back. I think that's a little warning to him. I'm just throwing it out there potentially.
There's space on that board to add more characters if we have to, so we'd love to have him back.
Any other significance in anything happening in round 1?
Nothing too special other than the fact that there was 4 pushes, and after round 1, the score didn't matter. It was 9-9.
I don't pay attention that much as far as that kind of stuff, but that seems like a lot.
I mean, looking at the pushes, Brian pushed Scott Mosier. Scott Mosier is a solid player, especially at Wilcox. I'd say that's probably a good push for us. Adam Nelson pushed Pat Shanley, which is probably another good push. Pat, we talked about being the 300K plus PDGA number that won MA1 for the Wilcox WOW previous week. So
Absolutely. I see it looks like Caitlin, was that Todd Martin she beat?
Yep, Caitlin played against Todd Martin.
Nice. I like Todd, but he was probably thinking of another disc design for a tournament or something. He was distracted.
I was joking with him at the practice green between rounds, and yeah, we were kind of laughing about it, joking about it. I forgot what he said, how he played, but I'm sure Caitlin was just draining putts, which makes it hard.
Oh, yeah. Forget about it. Looks like Kristen won her match. Who's Alexis W?
Alexis White.
Okay. Chad Larson beat Nick. That's, to me, at least, I don't know Chad that well, but I know Nick's pretty good, so that's a pretty big win. It looks
like. I
like.
would say that Chad's the favorite in that match most of the time. I know he's been dealing with some pains and stuff, so that 6-5 is definitely a good score for that match.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm not saying who would win, but I just, that's a pretty good score.
Nick's a good player, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So that just more credit to Chad. Did you bring your margarita maker?
I did, yeah. Spread was good. I wouldn't say that we absolutely crushed it, but I think we definitely did a good job with the spread.
Your unbiased opinion.
Yeah. I brought my 2-stroke powered blender to try to make margaritas, and in fashion, it was acting very cold-blooded in the morning, so I was getting a little frustrated, and I think I got a little overzealous with trying to get the blender working, and I actually broke it. There's basically a bit that was welded to the output of the engine that engages the blender, and I think it was already spinning by the time I jammed the blender on there, so once it engaged, it just snapped that bit. So I made like half a batch of blended margarita, and then from there it was just like, whatever, take some tequila and this mixer and drink it if you want. But the nice thing about playing Team Challenge on that day, it was kind of nice out. The bad thing about that is when it's nice out, there's bugs and bees and wasps. So the margarita mix that I did make up, it didn't take long for the wasps to get in there and kind of soil it. So it's Winter Team Challenge. I'm ready for the cold weather, the lack of bugs, and the lack of bees. I'm tired of eating lunch around bees at every tournament that we have.
Anything that you recall from the spread that stands out?
I personally, everyone knows I'm a big pulled meat fan, salted meat fan, just a general fan of meat in general. So Brian makes like a roast that I really enjoy. Obviously, there was some pulled pork and stuff, but yeah, I'm just. Oh, and Alex Hellenick did bring a keg that he acquired from a friend that had a wedding that they didn't get to. So
shout out Alex Hellenick.
Yeah.
So round 1 was 44 degrees. It went up 20 degrees for round 2. Looks like everything else is about even. Your match, I'm going to argue, decided it.
Yeah. It kind of felt like it. So going into round 2, I've played with Alex Hellenick, I think a lot, or maybe almost exclusively as a doubles partner. I didn't think I overdid it at lunch, and with anything, food, beer, anything, I thought I kept it pretty moderate. Even tried to play some catch and stay loose before we started, and when round 2 started, I was a mess. I couldn't get off the tee. My scrambles weren't that great. My putting was atrocious. Alex Hellenick does not play that much anymore. He plays Team Challenge. I don't know how much he plays like in the on season.
He doesn't play that much at all. I don't see him at Prospect ever. He has the kid now.
Yeah, he plays a lot of ball golf, and he carried us. I forget exactly what hole we started on. Doesn't really matter.
11.
Oh yeah, we started on hole 11. There was 3 or 4 instances where we had outside the circle putts that were not comfortable, and I think he putts with like Banger GTs or whatever, and he was literally putting on a master class for sidearm putts from deep. I think he hit 3 or 4 of them, and it became ridiculous. Like we played against Max Horowitz and Nick Warren, and any time that Alex stepped up to the putt and he had a forehand stance, they stopped watching because they couldn't see him do that to them again.
It's always from deep too, like circle 2, he's deadly with it.
Death putts. I mean, we had a putt on hole 4, which was literally if he missed the basket. I had already putted at OB. If he misses the basket, it's going OB. We're going to take a bogey, and he drained it. So fast forward, I think we play 16 holes, and I think we're down 1 stroke. We're on hole 9. Nick and Max kind of had a rough drive. They approach the basket and leave themselves with either like a 30-footer or a 25-footer, the 25-footer being more instructed. It might even been like 25 and 35-footer. Either way, they missed that putt, and we par. So now it's a tie game going to the last hole. The last hole we're playing is hole 10, which rarely sees birdies, rarely sees bogeys. It's usually a par hole. I tried to grip it and rip it, and I kind of turned it over, got too far away from the basket. Alex seemed like it was going to be short left, and we had an obstructed like 50-foot putt. Hole 10 has this big tree that's like blocking the basket if you're right in line with it. And I'm already thinking that it's going to go to a playoff. We're playing J South in doubles. Like, how many holes is this going to go? So I step up. I'm putting first. I have this wide straddle off to the right, and I kind of just like loft it up, and it just hits dead center chains. It was basically a walk-off birdie putt, and we win one up. The entire match, as I'm playing like garbage, I'm watching the scores since we all did UDisc, and it looks close. Like, we had a couple blowouts, they had a couple blowouts, and all the other pending matches were all like plus or minus 1 or 2 strokes in either way. So really anything could have happened.
Well, it looks like there's a couple that went long. Chad Larson, and is that Jason Gorsage?
Yep, Chad Larson and Jason Gorsage. They went to a 4-hole playoff against John Tamburino and Pat Shanley. And then even worse than that is John Steffen and Garrett Clay went to a 7-hole playoff with, not sure who Steve H is, and Zach McDonald. So I don't know when we came in what the scores were, but basically before those 2 playoffs started, I think we were up 3 matches. So really, like, and come to find out, like, the playoffs didn't matter in the grand scheme of winning the match, but obviously points matter. And both of those playoffs came back as losses for us. So it was really close.
You won dubs 10-8, but yeah, I mean, so 19-17 overall. And were there penalty points?
Looking at the board, and from what I remember, there were no penalty points.
What's that at the bottom? It says penalty.
Oh, that's just identifying the column. 1, 2, and penalty. First round, second round penalty.
No, I was wondering. I was gonna save that to last, and
he's ready. He's just ready to penalize anyone for anything.
Yeah, just in case.
No, I mean, I thought there was 1 penalty point in round 1 and 2 in round 2. I just didn't know where they were associated to, because there's not a box for them, so it kind of threw me.
Shout out Wilcox people. I think they were probably the first ones at the park, and maybe even the last ones to leave. And yeah, just a great group of people to spend a day with. So thanks.
All right. So Alex, you join Erich and Evan with the only losses so far for the year. Our final match for the week, we got Saratoga Revolution at the Minekill WHIPS. Jaimen, Randy, Alex, Evan, Eric, and Jason all picked Minekill. Caitlin, Tim, and Corey picked Saratoga. Randy, you guys were at home, right?
Yep.
What's with the Post-it note for the whiteboard?
So Jess and Jason were going to a wedding that day, and I didn't know if Jess would be there at all. And it's their whiteboard, so Kat's teacher, and has giant Post-it notes, and we just drew it up with Sharpie. And by we, I mean Kat. I didn't do anything.
You mean Battle of Saratoga winner?
That is true. She is good at multiple things.
I kind of like that you could keep the page for posterity.
Yeah, actually, now I have no idea where that is. It might still be in the back of my car. But yeah, I could stick it to the wall if I wanted.
There you go.
Great.
Heck yeah. So the JPark Wilcox match was going to be pretty tight. I would say in my estimation, the Minekill WHIPS and Saratoga was probably the next tightest. What were your thoughts going in?
Yeah, so going into this, I knew I was missing Jess and Jason. And then like Monday before the match, our new addition to the team, Diane from Beacon, she messaged that she got into a pretty good car accident and she's fine, but was just not going to be able to play this weekend. So I didn't have any backup ladies and was, brainstorming for like a day, trying to think of some available lady somewhere that could play. And then just because Kat and Carly from Saratoga are friends, I found out Carly wasn't going. And so we ended up agreeing with the Saratoga captains to just bring 2 ladies and not flounder to add a random lady to our rosters. So that was really kind of nice. So yeah, I mean, we weren't expecting to take penalty points or anything. Yeah, just planning the whole match was a dream because, Tyler and Tucker are wonderful. We also just like straight up, I think Thursday agreed to do like a triples matchup since we were going to have an odd number of people. So instead of figuring out doing like a singles or triples, we just knew we would be doing triples in the afternoon.
Did you play against your Tyler?
Yes, that was one of those. Hey, Tyler, if I say my name, are you going to say your name? And he just stared into my eyes and I said my name and he said his name. So yeah, that was kind of a not exactly pre-planned, but basically, pre-planned.
Now, before you get into telling us about this matchup, do you guys do like odds or evens, or do you like alternate who's going to win, or do you guys actually play it out?
We actually just held hands and watched everyone play, and then we thumb wrestled at the end for the match. It's really cute. No, we battled it out. Actually, it was a really good match.
Where'd you guys start?
We started on 1, and we were the 6'em I didn't really pre-plan what holes we were going to start on. And we just put the 6-on-1 because it kind of made sense. And it was all faster players, I would say. So we knew we'd finish pretty quick.
That's a pretty long hole. And 2 and 3 are kind of quicker. I don't know where you start the next. It looks like the 3 is the next group. So yeah, that's pretty smart.
Yeah. In hindsight, we started people on 18. I always think 18 is super far away and it's got a long walk. Didn't think about them catching us really quickly. And we were tapping in on hole 1 and looked back and they were already approaching the tee of 1. So we were kind of like, oh, we'll just let them play through in like a couple holes. Like hole 4 is a long hole. We figured they'd catch us by then. And they did not catch us really at all. And we purposefully went and grabbed snacks and stuff after 9 holes back at Kearney Central and then still had to kind of dilly-dally longer to let them play through on us. And ended up like watching them tee on 10 just to like let them play through. So we had to like force them to play through on us. So I played Tyler and we were going back and forth the whole time. He had a few long putts that hit a lot of chains and didn't stay in that kept it really close.
Who plays this course more, you or him, would you say?
I mean, definitely me, but not by like a landslide.
Mostly because of Team Challenge.
Literally because of Team Challenge, yeah. I think throughout the year, I probably only play it once or twice besides the tournament or Team Challenge.
I don't know if I've ever seen him at Minekill. Now, mind you, I'm not there every year, but does he play Minekill ever? Like the Minekill Championship in either division?
I don't know if it was Am side or Pro side or whatever. Maybe it was Pro side. He shot an insanely hot round that was filmed.
Was he the one who, like, on the front nine or the back nine just went off?
Yeah.
A few years ago? Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so like I know he can tread that course, and we were playing the shorter layout in the morning, so that kind of levels us out a little bit. Not that he can't throw far, but I can throw a little bit further than him. So that was pretty much negated for that layout.
Did you say what the layout was?
Yeah, we did green to green in the morning, and then Minekill tournament layout in the afternoon, which is pretty standard for us.
All right.
Did you make that known 24 hours in advance?
We did everything like days in advance.
Okay.
We had a really nice back and forth with their captains. We make like a caddy guide almost for the match. It's just like a single page PDF with like what layouts, where to meet, what times, sunset, like just any details that would help throughout the day. So the other team has that.
But you're not required to let them know the layout.
Nope.
But you did?
But we did.
Okay.
Minekill doesn't have a ton of variety. I know there are 2 tees and 2 baskets, but a lot of those alt pins that we don't use for the Minekill tournament are not used for a reason. They're like off in the, they're just not a great spot. So yeah, I would be tricking my own team by changing up the layout is all I'm saying.
So how did you and Tyler finish out?
Like I said, we were battling, and I was up a few with 3 holes to play. I had a good putting day. I've had a good month, honestly, of putting. I got a 20-footer to make him dormy, and I get the Minekill basket spit out. Dead center, perfect putt, straight back out, like hits the pole, comes straight back out, and I don't even putt that hard. So
what
didn't
hole was
expect
this?
it. This was 16? No, hold on. 15? Yes. Sorry, this was 15. So kind of a slightly downhill putt.
That's like a forehand shot, right? From the tee?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like Tyler had already laid up or, like ran a whatever for his birdie. So, me taking that birdie would have put me dormy, which I would have been happy with, just pushing with Tyler. But yeah, then we went on to the next hole, 17 up the hill, and, green to green, you can actually really get down the tunnel to the basket. And, his didn't make it to the basket, and I put mine like 4 feet away and luckily took it on that one. So yeah, my whole card, actually, we all won our matches, and we were the last ones in, and found out that really mattered because it was a dead tie.
8.5 to 8.5.
Mm-hmm.
I see Ryan got beat by Ryan.
Yep. That was like a pre-planned matchup, and unfortunately, our Ryan didn't do it that day.
Who's Ryan C?
Ryan Clare.
If Ryan Nelson could hit his circle one putts, I'm just saying. Another Ryan K, won his match.
Mm-hmm.
They've won Kat Bemis. Marcia Focht looks like she beat Danielle W.
Woodall, yes.
All right, so we're tied at half. You're going to give me a biased opinion, but how was the spread?
I'm actually going to give you a kind of bad opinion. I was like really distracted during lunch and reworking matchup stuff because of the missing lady, and I kind of I messed up a little bit of the matchmaking strategy in the morning. So either way, I was kind of just on my laptop and I totally forgot that there was 100 deviled eggs made by James Scow that I would have eaten 100 of probably if I could, and I missed them entirely. But the spread looked amazing. I had like a small bowl of food and just kind of hunkered down during lunch. Like I said, we were the last ones back, so I kind of had the least amount of time.
Do you think he makes those?
Do I think he makes those?
Yeah.
Like, yes.
Like, not actually
I don't know.
produces the egg, but I'm just thinking of like,
Yeah.
I fucking hate peeling hard-boiled eggs. I know there's tips and tricks, but 100 hard-boiled eggs mean I'm guessing at least 50 eggs. That's a lot of peeling.
I think he probably has some assembly line setup or strategy.
Does he have kids?
He's got some kids. I think one of them is old enough to help with that at least. Yeah.
And he's Minekill, so he's very familiar with the sweatshop operation that
Yeah.
you guys have going on there.
Because I'm with you. I'm not a huge like deviled eggs guy, but when I come to Minekill and there's deviled eggs there, I'll eat that entire tray of deviled eggs.
Yeah. Kat brought it up on the drive home about that they were good. And I was like, oh my God, I missed them entirely. So
She probably
pretty
appreciated
depressing,
it.
actually. Yeah, everyone else is probably happy. Usually, I would find them before any matches started, and I would have like 6 of them, like for breakfast, basically. So yeah, this month was a little weird just because we had to set up at a different tent because some birthday party booked our normal pavilion, so the food was kind of off to like the lifeguard break room to heat up, and then we brought it out for lunch. So yeah, it was a little weird.
The matchup I would like to have filmed, I mean, obviously you and Tyler, I mean, but I would have gotten bored of you guys holding hands between shots. But Tucker and Dan, is that Dan Agner?
Yes. Yep.
It looks like Tucker won one up, but that would have been a fun one to watch, like video, if there was video.
Yeah, they were battling for sure. And that was one of the matchups that I felt like I goofed on. Like I was, not trying to put one of my midfield guys against Tucker. And honestly, Dan is a higher midfield guy for us, but Tucker is the highest rated guy in that team. And Dan really tried hard and I almost took it.
Heck yeah. So you guys are tied going into round 2. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I actually said sometime during the week to Justin Hickok at work that tied in the first round is fine. In doubles, playing the longer layout, I think we have just more distance than Saratoga does. So I don't know. I was confident with how I'd do those matchups, basically pairing distance throwers on every doubles to kind of counteract that. And yeah, I went for a super strong triples, which they maybe didn't plan for. They ended up, kind of just putting Tucker and 2 of their middle guys on it. And I stacked our triples with Ryan Nelson, Adrian Van Hall, and Liam. And I'm sure they had a blast as well as played really well. And yeah, locking down those 3 points was just super important to the strategy.
You played with Connor E. Who's Connor E?
Connor Eckhart. He was new to the Stonykillers last year, and he was looking for a New York team. So we picked him up. He's a little bit of a newer player, great putter. So I swooped him up to be my partner. And
so you could lay up and he could putt?
I'm not as bad a putter as I have been in the past, but it was still really great having someone I was confident on the 12 footers when I really need them. He had an awkward one at one point where like a branch was moving under his foot, and I tried to say like, hey, you can move that branch. And like while I'm saying that, he just like smashes this putt from like behind a tree. And I'm just like, okay, never mind. Like, so yeah, he's
for future
great.
Knowledge. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who'd you guys play?
We played Levi Vadnais, I think that's his last name, and Jeremy Bledsoe. And they were a killer combo. Levi throws 14 speeds on like every hole, and Jeremy is super dangerous from like anywhere inside 60 feet. So they were actually like the perfect combo for the long layout at Minekill. Yeah, we were dueling. That's not the right word. Trading blows the whole round and ended up going to a playoff at the end. I actually knew after like one hole to playoff that Minekill had won, but we still played it out for like 4 holes and we ended up losing because Levi just absolutely parked one of the holes and we didn't. But it was super fun playing them, and we were playing back toward civilization. So I don't know. Eventually, if it kept going, we would have stopped. But it was fun while it lasted.
Yeah, it looks like Kat and Marcia, Jimmy and Joe B, Troy W, and Dave Koch, and then what you mentioned earlier, Ryan, Liam, and Adrian won their match. So you got them by 1 point.
Yep.
Tightest match of the week.
Thanks to Kat for doing all the board stuff and kind of stepping in as like assistant captain for the day. Jess did come in the morning to help us settle in and get the crockpots going and stuff, but she dipped out of there pretty quick. It was a great day. I wish, honestly, we could just play Saratoga every month. I think maybe next year we'll think about doing that.
So I got Alex, Corey, Eric, Evan, Caitlin, and Tim at 3-1. Jaimen, Jason, and Randy at 4-0 for the year. Any last comments on New York Team Challenge for official week 1? We'll call it.
Can't wait for week 2.
Who do you play, Corey?
Ah, shit.
That's okay. I'll give you a minute to look it up. Alex, who you guys got in week 2?
I was unprepared.
No, that's cool.
Power.
I can go.
No, I knew that. You mentioned it before. Yeah, I do remember it now that you said it.
Where is the Tower of Power Chatham Hill match located?
At Stonykill.
Shocker.
Yeah.
60% of the matches.
Exactly. Corey, do you know yet?
Yeah, we are going to Burbine.
Randy?
We are playing the Goats, also at Stonykill.
Are you shitting me or no?
No, I'm kidding. It'll be a mind kill.
Okay. So what's that leave?
Wilcox?
Yeah. Do we know?
Wilcox and Saratoga?
Do we know where
Or
that's
there's
at?
a neutral.
I don't know where
There is
it
a
would
little
be.
Google Drive where we could just look this all up.
I have it here somewhere. I just didn't whip it out. So we got JPark is at Burbine, Tower Power at Chatham Hill, Widowmakers are at Saratoga, and Goats are at Minekill. Okay, so in a couple weeks we'll talk about that. Wilcox Tuesday dubs, John Tamburino and John JP Hafner shot a -16 to win there. Even more Shen dubs, MOAR, still don't understand what that means. Levi V and Chris Evans tied Patrick Jeffries at -9. This Beat Club, JQ is your winner. Skylands Friday Handicap League Oasis, Renzo Dos Santos is your winner. Kevin, what is Glow and Give SPW?
It was put on by one of the local Voorheesville organizations, their bicycling and running club. Kevin Rillier had gone to Maple Hill, participated in the Glow event, fell in love with it, came back, and we had always wanted to do Glow at Wallace, but we asked once or twice and were shot down both a couple of times. They managed to get permission to do it. It was, you could pay to play, but if you donated a bicycle, you and 3 of your friends or whatever could play a Glow round. So we canceled SPW dubs Friday night in order to let them get all set up. Probably had 40 or 50 people at least show up. I haven't spoken to Kevin since it was finished to find out what the ultimate count was, but they got a dumpster full of bicycles that were donated. It was a pretty cool event.
Heck yeah. Cranmore Dubs League, Glow at Crandall, Joel Davis and Charles Carpenter Jr. III shot a -9. So did Matt Beaver and Mark Meinrinken. Wedge Fall PDGA League, Week 6, Kevin Lopez shot a -16 to win MPO, and Tomas Salez shot a -15 to win MA1. And the Port Jervis Disc Golf Fall League, Week 8, Jared and Quim Powell shot -2 to tie for first. I don't know if there was a tiebreaker. I overslept and did not attend. Randy, we never got to your MVP trip. Was this your first time going, or have you gone before?
This was my third
In a row?
in a row, and I think it was Kat's fourth. She did it one year without me when States was at FDR. So that was back when States was like scheduled differently. Maybe it was MVP that was scheduled differently. Anyways.
So if she went the year before you started going, did she like talk it up and make you want to go?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. She had like an absolute blast. You know, it was just sending me pictures with like Big Germ and like chatting it up with Paul Macbeth and stuff. It was just like ridiculous. So she made it seem awesome, and it really is. Mike Schwartz definitely spoiled me and gave me some good cards pretty early on. And since my first year, I've basically been on chase card scorekeeping duty, which is a blast. And you got to like run around, and there's cameras and stuff. So you got to be really like conscious of what you're doing. So it's actually kind of an exhausting, but also extremely fun job to do.
How many holes does it take for you to be like settle in? Like, I'm sure like the first couple of holes might be like, oh, I hope I don't screw this up. Or
the first day, I think it was hole 2. Like, so you're supposed to stay right behind the camera guy at all times, basically. And like, I was super focused on hole 1, and then we get to hole 2, and he starts walking to hole 3 because like the catch camera guy. So I'm with the catch camera guy usually, and the catch camera guy will leave once the other camera guy has caught up to film the putts so that he's in position for the next one. And I like look over my shoulder, and he's just gone, and I have to like bolt, but also make sure no one's like in their putting stance, so I'm not like messing with them. And then after that, so like first day, basically I had one bad hole and then I was good after that.
Was there anybody that you bagged for that was like you were super hyped? I mean, obviously anybody bagging on the Pro Tour is cool, but anyone that you were pretty like maybe nervous about or a little fangirling about?
I don't really have like a fangirl like thing about it. I'm more watching them for like how they throw, and I score kept for Gavin Babcock a few times last year, and then I got to for I think 2 rounds this year, and he just throws kind of different, has his own thing, and I've just
he has a really unique style.
Yeah, really big fan of watching him play, and Matty O too. Watching him play in person is just amazing. I mean, I have a rules question if we want to do that at some point.
Based on your trip?
It really happened during the event.
Yeah, why not?
I mean, other than that, I can just go on about how fun it was. But
no, I mean, feel free to interject any of that too. But yeah, rules questions are always fun.
The first question is, will you be doing it again?
Oh, well, yeah, I think I'll try to do it
Second
as long as I
question
can.
is, did Gavin remember your name?
Oh, absolutely not.
I didn't think so.
I don't think any of them ever ask my name.
Fair enough.
Kat will come back from scorekeeping for ladies cards, and they're on like first name basis. Like her and Owen Scoggins are like best friends on Facebook, and it's ridiculous. And then I leave, and they have no idea who I was the whole time. It's a very different relationship.
Yeah, it sounds about on par with what happens locally as well too.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, sorry. Should I dig into a rules question, Pat?
Absolutely.
All right, so you're on hole 1 at Maple Hill from the Gold Tee. So it's an MPO player. Day 1 is alternate pin position. So there is a basket right across the edge of the pond, and it's a par 3. And the basket that would normally be in place all the way back through like the gate, like the Mando gate, is not there. It is a rainy and cloudy day. Everyone throws their tee shots, and they're all, generally around the pin across the pond. First player steps up to their lie, and they say, "I'm out," and everyone else kind of goes, okay, because they're not really out based on where the pin is. And they throw a full power shot into the distance through the fog to the, I think it's called the Chipmunk Gate is the actual name for that gate.
Oh, no.
Yeah. And everyone goes, hey, we're playing to this pin that is like 50 feet away from them, not the one, 350 feet away. The player doesn't really acknowledge anybody and just says, oh, and then they just pick up their putter and they throw their upshot putt to the pin next to the pond.
What?
And taps out, plays it as if nothing has happened, plays it out, and then they go to do scores, and all the other players say, so that was an abandoned lie. So that was a 5. And the player that did the throw said, no, that was just a practice throw. I think it's a 4. What do you think the ruling should be?
For the first time, I really mean it. Straight to jail.
Yeah.
Yeah, leave. You're disqualified.
So the practice throw is you get a stroke for the practice throw and you get a penalty stroke. So it would still be a 5 either way.
Any other thoughts?
As you were describing it, I'm thinking, okay, that second throw to the wrong basket is abandoned. So yeah, it would be a 5, just like the group thought. I don't know about the person saying it was a practice throw. I get a 4. I don't agree with that, and I'm not sure why.
Rob Gritzman at Maple Hill, we did one of the flexes, and on hole 4, because there's like 3 baskets down there, we get down there and he starts putting to the wrong basket. So I actually had this happen, and we didn't do any penalty strokes. We just counted the amount of times he threw. He didn't make it in the basket, thank God, because we don't know what we would have done then, but we just counted the strokes as it was, and maybe that's wrong, but
no, I mean, if he didn't make it in the basket and he just played from where that disc landed,
yeah, he didn't go
that would be normal disc golf.
Even if he did make it in the basket, it wouldn't change anything. It's just where his disc is.
True.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's any language that you have to announce to the group that you're abandoning your throw, because I don't know, this is a tough one to just answer off the whim, but I would say if you like a provisional, you have to announce that you're throwing a provisional and this is what it's for. I don't know if you just say, okay, I'm abandoning that lie, I'm going to rethrow from this lie. So I'm also curious what the right rule is, or the right call is.
Everybody want the grand reveal?
Ready.
It was ruled by a PDGA official from the Pro Tour staff that was a practice throw, and it was 1 stroke, and no one else on the card agreed with that, nor did the 2 scorekeepers involved. Still don't understand. So apparently you can just decide something is a practice throw if you don't like it. And just
even
throw
after
again.
the fact. That's kind of,
yeah, very still don't get it. It is the definition of abandoning your lie.
Yeah, I mean, can I miss a putt, have it roll to 60 feet, and say, "Oh, that was a practice
That
putt,"
was a
and then
putt,
make my
correct.
putt for par?
I believe you could
so
do that. On
literally,
the Pro Tour.
the first sentence in the abandoned throw says a player may choose to abandon their most recent throw by declaring their intention to the group. So I think if you didn't declare that you're abandoning the throw, that automatically throws that out of the way.
Yeah, this a completely different scenario happened at Heiser Creek this weekend, and Jay Gorsage abandoned his throw, and I said, no, it's just a practice throw unless the next one's good. Yeah, no, that happened. Still don't understand. I have no good answer other than an official called it a practice throw.
That feels very weird.
Yeah,
I mean, but does it any of it sound weird after reading the first sentence? After I just recited the first sentence of the abandoned throw logic?
The result sounds weird.
I think the logic was that he didn't know he was throwing the wrong direction. So he was like, I threw it in the wrong direction, found out it was wrong. Still
That's
doesn't
garbage.
sound good, but it wasn't like
Yeah.
Oh, I agree. But I guess the only difference would be if he was purposely throwing it in a certain direction and then abandoned it versus like I made a mistake, so it was a practice throw.
Because you could also say, I mean, the beginning of a practice throw is a competitive attempt to change the lie. You could argue that throwing to a basket 300 feet away is not a competitive attempt to change the lie.
Yeah,
unless you like to look from over there better. I don't know.
No, because it's at the time he threw it, it was a competitive attempt to advance the
Right,
line.
yeah.
Exactly.
Like, look at Henna Bloomrose's putting. Nope, just practice throw.
That was warm up.
I guess the whole thought that like any throws are practice throw until you decide it's not is definitely another way to look at it.
Yeah, it's weird.
So yeah, that wasn't satisfying at all, but it did happen.
Who was the
I don't know
marshal?
why. Oh, I couldn't tell you. I could pick him out of a lineup, but like I don't know his name.
You might have to.
Yeah.
Bing bong.
Yeah, that's like I don't know, man. That seems so against the spirit of any of that like if that happened on camera, the ruling would be completely different.
Yeah, it wasn't on camera. It was on the first day during the middle of the day.
I can tell it wasn't on camera because I haven't heard about it until now. Like that would have been a giant shitstorm.
Any other MVP stories?
One super memorable thing was keeping score for Evelina Salonen, and oh my God, can she throw hard? Like insane. They did a throw off for some money to that same pin I was just describing, the one right across the water. They did like a head-to-head thing with MPO and FPO, and the ladies were more accurate and more consistent than the guys parking that basket. And like Evelina, I don't know if she won now. Maybe she did. Either way, she parked that basket multiple times. And like Simon and like Casey White, like were not parking it. Like they were going long or going in the pond. It was nuts. But yeah, those FPO ladies can throw very hard.
How far was that roughly? Just curious.
I mean, it is downhill, but it's got to be over 400 still.
I still haven't been there, but I'm hoping to change that very soon.
It's too far for you to pass. It's too far for you to cross.
No, I just mean I haven't been to Maple Hill yet, and I just want to go play there.
I can throw 400.
How
Hole
many-
18 at Minekill.
It's pretty downhill.
How many people asked you how to pronounce bouquet?
Oh, like a handful. I had to explain what it was. It was funny.
Can you explain for the listeners?
Sorry, yeah. So Simon Lizotte, all of his discs are photography related, and his new 7-speed is a bokeh, and it seems like a really obscure word. And if you didn't know it was a photography term, like you may not know, but it's literally just like the effect of a lens blurring the background. If you guys know like what I'm talking about in like portrait photography and stuff.
So it's a 482 foot water carry, or 463. Sorry, 463 water carry.
Yeah.
But downhill and
Downhill.
you know.
It's downhill, but to give you an idea, when I've played that tee and had good throws, I only go 40 feet past that basket, which is great if I'm trying to play that basket, but like I can't accurately try to play to that basket. I'm just throwing it as hard as I can. Like Evelina can absolutely outthrow me on that shot.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, you guys got time for a quiz or no?
Hell yeah.
Let's do it.
I'm going to drop out to make it an even number.
All right, Jaimen, I'm gonna
What a guy.
I'm gonna
What a
let you do
guy.
it this week.
I was going to say, how can we keep Jaimen around this week?
Anything before you go? Anything coming up?
Nope. Tournaments this weekend, but that's about it.
What tournaments?
Greenville.
Are you playing?
Yes.
Why don't you make teams before you go if you got a minute, Jaimen?
Oh, all right. I'm going to go with the podcast guys versus SPW.
So just to clarify, we got Corey, Randy, and Alex versus Kevin, Eric, and Evan.
Yeah.
All right. Who goes first?
All right.
Since it's even. I know I'm putting a lot on you, Jaimen.
I think the SPW guys go first.
I was thinking the same thing.
That seems
All
like
right.
a pity thing, and I don't like it, but I'll take it.
You can go second if you want.
No, you know what? No, it's all good. It's all good. It's all good.
Thank you, Jamin. Appreciate
Yeah,
it.
no.
Coming on.
Thanks, buddy.
Thank you, Pat.
Bye, Pat. Bye, Jamin.
Bye, guys.
While we're doing upcoming things, I am doing a day on Sunday at SPW for my 70th birthday, which is Monday.
This Monday coming up?
This Monday coming up is my birthday, a week from today. But Sunday, that day, I know Terry's doing monthly, but I'll be doing an all-day start, 10:30, whatever. I've got the pavilion rented out for the day, coffee and whatever in the morning, and then round in the morning, grill somewhere in between, and then more disc golf after that. So even if you're playing monthly, come on out.
All right, I dig it. Nothing official though, right?
Nothing official. It's in a Disc Beat Club event on UDisc starting at 10 or 10:30. No tournament, no monthly, just come out, hang out, SPW Disc Golf.
And celebrate your 70th trip around the sun.
Around the sun.
All right, I dig it. So we got disc or no disc. Disc or no disc. That's it.
Disc or no disc, that's the game. Say it loud, shout the names, spin the questions round and round. Will you land it or hit the ground?
Okay.
We need to come up with the theme song for Disc or No Disc.
I know, right? I got 3 rounds of trivia. 2 of them are disc or no disc. 1 of them is local disc golf trivia. You do not know which one. Key. What category would you like? Category 1, category 2, or category 3?
All right, we want category 1.
I like your style.
All right. Question 1, category 1. What term for a period of 14 days shares a name with a popular 2017 video game? What term for a period of 14 days shares a name with a popular 2017 video game?
Fortnite.
Boom.
I will defer to my co-captain.
Yeah, that's the answer.
Is the Fortnite a disc?
No idea. Probably not.
Probably not because of Cup.
Could it be a Doomsday Disc?
But I wouldn't be surprised. Or a West Side disc, because that's like kind of their style. I'm not leaning any way specifically.
Yes, it is, Pat.
We're going yes?
Yes.
What do you think, Evan? Sure?
Yeah, I don't care.
Why not?
I'm sorry, no.
Yeah, I did think so.
Car. Corey, Alex, and Randy. Category 1, 2, or 3.
What number was that one?
That was 1.
Do we want to try and see if it's video games?
Sure. I mean,
I wouldn't have got that one.
I'm usually on team start another category because then we get question 1.
Yeah, me too. Let's go with 3.
I also like question 1. All right, 3 works for me.
Category 3?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Question 1, category 3. Most domesticated ducks descend from what wild species in which the male has a glossy green head and white neck ring? Most male ducks descend from what wild species in which the male has a glossy green head and white neck ring?
I think
I
Randy
almost
knows
interrupted
it.
you. It's Mallard.
Oh, I
yeah.
was going to say that. Yes.
That is what I would have
I should have let
guessed.
you do it,
It's
Corey.
okay. No, that was definitely a you question. Let's go with Mallard.
Yeah.
You guys agree?
Yeah.
Is the mallard a disc?
Gotta be.
My instinct was yes. I don't have anything to support it, but I was feeling pretty strongly that it was a disc.
I mean, a Mallard sounds pretty prestigious after hearing the answer to that question. How could it not be?
I have no idea.
Oh,
if it is, though, I want one.
I think we have to say yes then. This is like a $10 to $30 question for Randy right now, because if it's at the disc, his wallet is instantly drained. So I think we say yes.
Going with yes.
All right, fine. Let's go yes.
You guys agree?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
When I first asked the question, it was not. But now, Grassland Discs, September 22nd, 2025.
All right, I got to wait to Google it till after this is over in case it's like a whole
Yeah,
category.
write it down. Ask Kat for the credit card.
Yeah, my credit card.
Her winnings.
From her purse, yes.
All right, Kevin, Eric, and Evan, category 1 or category 3, category 2, which I'm not going to tell you what that category was, but that will be saved for a later date.
I have a feeling.
Category 1, Pat.
Yep.
Question 2, category 1. In Greek mythology, what complex and confusing structure designed by Daedalus was said to have held the Minotaur? In Greek mythology, what complex and confusing structure designed by Daedalus was said to have held the Minotaur?
It's the Labyrinth.
That's a damn good movie, too.
You guys agree?
What do you think, Kev?
Sounds good.
Let's go for it.
Is the Labyrinth a disc?
File this under, I hope so.
Honestly, I'm leaning yes on it. I don't know why, but it's a dope name for a disc, and I'm going to be really upset if it's not.
And I'm leaning on, I have some sort of vague memory of seeing it on a disc.
Yeah, but I've also had false memories of that playing this game, so that's a trap.
We're going to say yes, Pat.
We're going to say yes. But we're going to say yes.
Yes.
You guys agree?
Uh-huh.
I'm sorry, no.
God damn, baited.
All right. Corey, Alex, and Randy, category 1 or category 3?
Do you still like category 1, Alex?
Yeah, my instinct is go to 1.
Okay.
What do you think? What? I'm not going to ask what the category is. Let's just do the question.
If 3 is birds, then we want them to have to take as many 3s as possible.
Yes, right.
Let's go,
Yep,
Alex.
good call. Yeah, we'll go with 1.
All right. Question 3, category 1 in statistics. Jaimen was smart to lead. In statistics, what is another term for the average of a set of numbers calculated by summing all the values and dividing by the count of the value? In statistics, what is another term for the average of a set of numbers calculated by summing all the values and dividing by the count of the value?
Is that the mean?
I was going to say the mean. Yeah,
I thought it was mean, and I'm not good at math.
I'd say mean.
You guys agree?
It sounds like we're feeling good about mean.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Is the mean a disc?
I'm leaning no on that one.
I don't like it either.
It's not a good disc name.
Like, what font would
I
they
think
even
I'm
put
happy.
that
It's
on?
not even good. Like, regardless of the meaning of the word, it's just not a great word on a
It's
disc.
too bland. There's no like chutzpah with like the
No.
letters and stuff. It's just like it's unseasoned white chicken. I say we say no.
Happy saying
I'm good
no.
with it. I hate it.
You guys agree?
Yeah.
Yep.
You are correct.
Okay.
Woo.
Nice.
3 no's in
And
a row.
That's
Oh.
4-2. Kevin, Eric, and Evan, category 1 or category 3?
You want
I
to
think we should
zig?
take 3 just because
Yeah.
they told us we suck.
Yeah, let's zig. Yeah, let's zig.
And if you're going to be forced to take them, take the early ones, right?
Exactly.
Exactly.
All right. Question 2, category 3. What non-species specific term derived from Aboriginal tradition is used to describe 3 species of raptors in northern Australia, the black kite, whistling kite, and brown falcon, that are known to intentionally spread wildfires to flush out prey? What non-species specific term derived from Aboriginal tradition is used to describe 3 species of raptors in northern Australia, the black kite, whistling kite, and brown falcon, that are known to intentionally spread wildfire to flush out prey?
This is a number 2 question?
Would it be like dragon or something?
No, raptor meaning bird of prey,
Bird of prey.
not velociraptor.
I also had that thought at the beginning. I'm not gonna lie, but I realized that it was bird. But like
Feral?
a dragon would make
No.
sense because it's spreading what fire, right?
Are they firebirds?
Right, firebirds. Ooh.
I don't know.
Dude, I kind of like that actually.
We should hear it one more time because there's something in the beginning about non-species.
Yeah.
Question,
specific or
yeah.
something. Can we hear it one more time, please, Pat?
What non-species specific term derived from Aboriginal tradition is used to describe 3 species of raptors in northern Australia, the black kite, whistling kite, and brown falcon, that are known to intentionally spread wildfires to flush out prey?
Non-species specific, so that would be firebird, right?
Fire would be non-species. Yeah.
What about like a type of raptor, like more specific than bird, but not like
But that's non-species specific.
yeah.
Or
Yeah,
is that
it
is
doesn't-
that is it a species? Is bird a species?
I kind of said it as and we're confident that's a disc, right?
I mean,
Yeah.
I think so.
All right, yeah,
I mean,
Okay.
it's better than dragon, I guess.
yes, I agree. I think
I
think
actually
it
love
has
that
a chance.
answer until I heard firebird.
Okay, let's go with firebird.
Unless it's
Firebird.
You going with Firebird?
Yep.
Alex, Corey, and Randy, what non-species specific term derived from Aboriginal tradition is used to describe 3 species of raptors in northern Australia, the black kite, whistling kite, and brown falcon, that are known to intentionally spread wildfire to flush out prey?
I was 100% on Firebird.
Me too. I stopped thinking about it after they said Firebird. I actually thought of Firebird before them, but
I'm pretty sure I used Firebird.
Don't kick us when we're
Yeah.
down. Jeez,
no, I mean, I agree with you.
what a flex!
Just faster.
I assume Randy knew this. and
I was wrong faster.
Yeah.
But also, that's kind of badass, right? Spreading wildfires as a bird.
Mhm.
What are they, crows?
It's so they can
'cause
push
flush out.
rodents out. Yeah.
yeah.
Some smart ass birds.
Could it be like a phoenix then, or something like that?
That's the only other thing I was thinking of. Yeah. Phoenix.
Yeah, anything else would be a dumb guess for me. Phoenix does seem kind of cool.
You guys agree?
Yeah,
Yep.
Sure.
We were looking for Firehawk.
Oh.
Ouch.
fair.
that's way more
Fourth Circle
badass.
Discs, August 12th, 2020.
And
That was a
also
steal.
a sick model of like Pontiac Firebird. If you want to tie in the car, if you want to tie in the car question.
I didn't want to go that specific on car stuff, but Alex, Corey, and Randy, category 1 or category 3?
I no longer know what 1 is.
Let's stick with it. Doesn't matter.
Yeah? All right.
I think
go
so.
for it.
Category 1?
Yeah.
Yep.
Question
Good card.
4, Category 1. Britannica cites the Piltdown Man and the Fiji Mermaid in its articles on what term for deliberate deception or fabrication, often intended to mislead the public, that is presented as a genuine fact. Britannica cites the Piltdown Man and the Fiji Mermaid in its articles on what term for a deliberate deception or fabrication, often intended to mislead the public, that is presented as genuine fact.
I mean, is it just a hoax?
Hoax is what I thought. Yep.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Yep.
I feel good about hoax.
We're going with
Yeah,
hoax.
yeah.
You
Like,
guys agree?
Yep.
Is the hoax a disc?
Nice. All I could picture was Siren.
That's what I thought.
I don't like that answer anymore.
Hoax feels like a bad disc name.
On the contrary, it sounds kind of nice.
It's a sweet name, just like in general, but like you don't want a hoax in your bag. Like you don't want a fake disc in your bag.
Yes, good angle, good angle. I was thinking more of like spells and curses.
Are you thinking hex?
Hex.
He is thinking
I
hex.
am probably thinking along the lines of
Popular
hexes.
disc mold, the hex. I want to go no just for the sake of
I mean, the other three have been no.
Yeah.
You've convinced me. I'm leaning no now. I'm now a no leaner.
we're going no, Pat.
Let's go no.
You guys agree?
Yeah.
Yep.
You are correct.
Mm-hmm.
Kevin, Eric, and Evan, Category 1 or Category 3?
I don't know. What do you guys think? Stick to 1 because we're probably going to know that better, or just bite the bullet on 3 to keep it no, because then they get easy point on 1.
I don't know.
I say take question 5 on 1.
Sure.
All right, question 5, Category 1. What term is used to describe a protagonist who lacks the typical qualities of great courage or morality, like Travis Bickle in Taxi Driver or Alex in A Clockwork Orange? What term is used to describe a protagonist who lacks the typical qualities of great courage or morality, like Travis Bickle in Taxi Driver or Alex in A Clockwork Orange?
Well, the first thing that came to mind is anti-hero.
Ooh, yeah, that would be.
And that's also the last thing that came to mind, by the way.
The only thing that's come to
What was the middle thing that came to mind, Evan?
I was thinking about Venom, honestly, Eddie Brock, but I didn't want to admit that out loud, so thanks.
Oh, that's cool.
We think about him a lot.
Yeah, don't you?
Sounds like he does, yeah.
I do like that as an answer. I'm not. I have nothing other than that.
That's good because we need one.
Weird.
As much as I know about cinema, it sounds like a cinematography term.
Well, it's definitely one, but is it? Yeah. I like it. We're killing it, so let's just keep going on that.
Let's just keep it that way.
No anti-hero?
Yeah.
Sure.
Is the anti-hero a disc?
We did it.
We can get the first part right.
This one doesn't feel like a disc either. I know it's been all no so far, but
Well, this could be.
I could see it. Maybe could see it in like some kind of superhero themed discs, but I don't know. My first thought was no.
Yeah, so many of these are. I mean, Labyrinth. I'm shocked wouldn't be what this. I could easily see it being one. I could easily see it not being one. It's been all no's.
An overstable to an understable.
Like a hero and an anti-hero type thing. All right, we need a tie break. I'm going to say it is a disc. Evan, what do you think?
I thought it was no.
Maybe Kevin?
I'm going to say yeah.
All right, we're going yes.
I'm sorry, no.
Yeah.
Alex, Corey, and Randy, Category 1 or 3?
Do we take the 6?
I wouldn't have.
It's not a smart idea, but it is an idea.
Can't argue with that logic.
That is watertight.
Yeah, let's close it out. Let's give them less options.
Let's
and us
do
at
it
the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Yeah, because we picked next.
All right, question 6, Category 1. It sounds like the latest fad or a Beastie Boys song, but the new what means using the Gregorian calendar for reckoning date. It sounds like the latest fad or a Beastie Boys song, but the new what means using the Gregorian calendar for reckoning date.
Brass monkey.
Thank you for at least knowing a song.
Girls, do 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 do.
Yeah, intergalactic.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it sounds like a Beastie Boys. It doesn't mean it is a Beastie Boys song, but
The latest fad and using the new calendar. Yeah, let's get that question read back one more time, please.
It sounds like the latest fad or a Beastie Boys song, but the new what means using the Gregorian calendar for reckoning date.
Yikes.
Wait, so the word we're looking for literally means using the new calendar.
The new what? So it's new something.
Wave, new craze.
Nope, those are all discs. Stop saying disc names.
The new destroyer.
The new something means using next year's calendar.
New sabotage. New.
Yeah, I guess I'm sticking with Brass Monkey.
I got nothing. I got absolutely nothing.
Yeah, me neither.
We're gonna go with nothing.
Knew nothing.
The new nothing. Do you agree?
No, we're gonna go with Craze. Just gonna go with Craze.
The new craze?
All right,
Yeah,
do it.
Craze.
Kevin, Eric, and Evan, it sounds like the latest fad or a Beastie Boys song, but the new what means using the Gregorian calendar for reckoning date.
Okay, don't ask me where this came from in my head, guys, but a new idea?
I was gonna say I think there's a Beastie Boys song called "The New Style." That's my best guess.
Yeah, that's a good guess.
And it sounds like a fad, right?
Yeah, I know Beastie Boys pretty well, but
do you know Brass Monkey?
Oh, I mean, well, that's it's love or hate.
I'm pretty sure the song I'm thinking of is from License to Ill.
Lyrics and music, I'll trust you on that.
Yeah,
Evan.
I'm gonna go with Evan's gut on this one as well. It's been working so good. Actually,
What are you going with, Evan?
It has.
Style
is the style a disc.
Hey,
Nice.
bing bong. So is this the twist? Because was Antihero wasn't?
Definitely.
This is the
Gotta
twist.
be one yes.
I mean, but I know you had, because I feel like this is going one way where we're going the opposite of what you're saying, and it's not working. So you have to answer this one. Is it a disc or not? You leaning yes?
I think I'm leaning yes. Yeah,
All right,
that's the
I'm
short
leaning
answer.
yes. Yeah, I think it's a twist.
Make it 3.
All
You guys agree?
Yep.
I'm sorry, no.
Oh,
Wow.
wow, that's the
Fools.
ultimate twist.
See, no,
Baited.
that is a
Holy-
baited moment.
Wow.
1-0 LA, Pat.
Okay. Does anybody know what the category was?
Fortnite.
We
Things
got
that aren't
Fortnite,
discs.
Labyrinth, Mean, Hoax, Antihero, and Style.
No idea.
They're not all Taylor Swift songs, are they?
Man,
Is that what you think, Randy?
I don't know, Randy.
Yeah.
Are they?
It sounds like they might be.
Like I had a vague thought of it when I heard Antihero, but I wasn't sure enough to say it.
Alex.
Oh no.
Yes, they are.
Oh,
I did not know
I
that.
didn't know that either.
I would have never known that.
Alex does.
All right.
that's why Alex wanted to do the category.
I would not have been able to use it as any sort of hint towards the answers, but yeah,
That was a steal. That means I got 6-4. Does that sound right, Alex? Anybody?
that's what I got.
Okay, so Kevin, Eric, and Evan, you're down 2 points. Question 3, category 3. What noisy plover species is the only one in North America to have 2 distinctive black bands across its white breast and gets its common name from its loud, repeated shrill call that sounds like its name? What noisy plover species is the only one in North America to have 2 distinctive black bands across its white breast and gets its common name from its loud, repeated shrill call that sounds like its name?
I hate that this whole category is literally for one person.
It might even be 2.
Wait till I get to a category for you, Eric.
Oh,
Yeah, I was gonna say, Eric,
Eventually.
I've been on the receiving end of this, so I don't hate it. I don't know.
I mean, I was literally the answer to a question.
It's all 3M related.
Yeah.
I have no idea what you guys are talking about.
I don't know. Is it like
Shit, you're gonna have
what's
to.
a bird whose name sounds like the noise?
A woodpecker. No.
I have no idea. I don't know. Birds.
Piper plover?
A what?
Randy's probably laughing at me right now, but a piper plover?
I don't think I've ever heard those 2 words in that order, but I don't hate it. You can. I really don't. I'm out of my element here.
I've had a lot of ex-girlfriends that were really into birds, but I didn't always pay so much attention to what
That's
they were
why they're
actually
ex-girlfriends.
asking.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well said, Evan. Well said.
Unless you have anything, we can go with what Kevin said because I have no idea.
Yeah, let's not go down that road. I like it. Sure.
What was that again, Kevin?
Piper.
Going with Piper plover?
Mm-hmm.
You guys agree?
Sure.
Alex, Corey, and Randy, what noisy plover species is the only one in North America to have 2 distinctive black bands across its white breast and gets its common name from its loud, repeated, shrill call that sounds like its name?
All right, hang on.
That's a
Hang on.
you do
Hang
it.
on. Let me get this one real quick. It's kind of like a Pokemon. Is it a chickadee?
No,
Damn it.
Jesus.
But they literally go chickadee.
I thought you had a good one.
Damn it.
It's a piping plover.
Well, that's harsh.
Yeah, if Pat gave him like leeway on that, I was gonna fight Pat, but
What did I ever do to you, Randy?
So that was actually a good answer that Kevin gave because I thought there was like
yeah, I was
that sounds
like,
like too much.
I
of
was
an
waiting
answer.
for somebody to correct him once they like got there. I don't know. Anyways, let's make sure it's right.
Make sure we're right
Yeah.
first.
Oh sure, yeah.
I don't have that, Randy.
No?
No.
All right, fine. What do you got?
Killdeer?
Oh, okay.
Does that
I don't know why that sounds like their name.
We're also running the answers by Randy. Is that?
No, I don't know. I thought killdeer when you said plover, but then you said the thing about the sound, and I was like, oh, piping. That's like the sound, like pipes. I don't know.
Sounds like you got baited.
Yeah.
I guess so.
Yep. Is it a disc?
Well, it doesn't matter. But
It's
no,
not for us,
The killdeer
Wait.
is not a
Every one of
disc.
us got it right.
It's not a disc. Dang it. I'd buy that too.
So no, the killdeer is not a disc. We'll see how it ends up. But question 4, category 3 for Randy, Alex, and Corey. What bird is one of the most commonly misspelled in ornithology, often mistaken for an adjective? It was actually named after a German naturalist who was a member of a 1741 Russian expedition to Alaska. What bird is one of the most commonly misspelled in ornithology, often mistaken for an adjective? It was actually named after a German naturalist who was a member of a 1741 Russian expedition to Alaska.
I got no clue.
I'm struggling trying to misspell things.
So it's likely a Russian name.
Yep.
I got nothing.
Did you say Russian or German?
Russian.
Interesting. Yes. And we already wait. We might need that read back one more time. Randy
Whenever
might
you're
need this
ready.
read back one more time. I mean,
Yeah, thanks.
What bird is one of the most commonly misspelled in ornithology, often mistaken for an adjective? It was actually named after a German naturalist who was a member of a 1741 Russian expedition to Alaska.
okay, yeah, definitely Russian.
Sorry. So yeah, German guy, Russian expedition to Alaska. Birds live in Alaska. Go.
Pigeon, penguin. Yeah, I don't know, Randy. And Alex.
Albatross.
Oh, good answer. Oh, we love that,
It's
don't
not
we,
an
Randy?
There's no way it's an
I
albatross.
don't know. I don't.
No one misspells albatross thinking it's an adjective.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I totally didn't think of the adjective part. Shoot. Turn.
Yeah.
No.
I mean,
it's
Arctic tern.
It's a verb. I was just thinking of things you can misspell really easily.
Birds that are close to descriptive words. Yeah. I can't even come up with a dumb answer.
What about an egret?
Yeah, there we go.
No,
Damn it.
that's not an adjective.
But they misspell it to make it an adjective.
To what adjective?
I don't know, regret or something.
Regret.
Yeah.
That's not an adjective. But
No regrets. All right, Randy, what's your best bird then? If it's not egret,
I don't know, man.
egret is the answer. Pat, final answer.
Ugh, not the answer.
Going with egret?
Yeah.
Sure.
egret.
Kevin, Eric, and Evan, what bird is one of the most commonly misspelled in ornithology, often mistaken for an adjective? It was actually named after a German naturalist who was a member of a 1741 Russian expedition to Alaska.
Okay, this is a dumb question. What's an adjective again?
It's a descriptive word to describe a noun, like fast or.
Oh,
stinky.
shit.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
prepositional. Yeah. Turn.
It's going to be some type of eagle or something. I don't know.
Turn.
What the fuck
You know,
is turn?
to every
What-
season.
Turn.
Okay, fine. We'll go with turn, Kev, if you stop
Pass.
saying it.
You guys agree? Turn?
Yeah,
I guess.
We were looking for Steller's J.
of course.
Oh.
Duh.
I've taken a picture of one of those.
Does killdeer or Steller's J mean anything to you?
They're both birds I like. That's about it.
They're
That's it.
literally, I took them from your Facebook feed, dude.
Yo.
Pictures of both of them. And
These
I
are
put them in a
meatballs.
trivia question.
Incredible.
And you didn't get either of them.
These are layups.
Yeah.
Okay, at least killdeer I had in my head. Stellar's J didn't even come to me.
But
Listen,
then you
I-
said you took a picture of it.
Well, I know.
He doesn't know
in the
everything
trivia
about
sense,
it.
like you asked the question, I didn't think of
I
Stellar's.
think that's 1741.
So it is still 6-4, 2 questions left. Kevin, Eric, and Evan, question 5, category 3. What small North American duck, named for the striking iridescent patch of feathers on its secondary wing section, holds the record for one of the longest annual migrations, with some individuals traveling from the northern U.S. and Canada all the way to South America, often wintering as far south as Peru or Brazil? What small North American duck, named for the striking iridescent patch of feathers on its secondary wing section, holds the record for one of the longest annual migrations, with some individuals traveling from northern U.S. and Canada all the way to South America, often wintering as far south as Peru or Brazil?
The mallard. Bro, I have no idea.
I literally just watched like a documentary about this exactly, but my memory retention is terrible.
Can we phone a Randy? Is
Yeah,
that-
yeah. Ring, 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 ring.
And
ring.
like as soon as you give up, I'll tell you.
Okay, it's named after its striking iridescent anything.
In the category of a little knowledge is
Duck.
dangerous. Pin feather?
Sure.
I don't know any duck. What are
Yeah, where are you getting that from?
I don't know any duck like species.
Vague memories.
Darkwing duck.
That'd be like shiny winged duck, though, wouldn't it?
No, I meant the cartoon.
Oh shit! Well,
Darkwing duck.
This is real hemming and hawing
Okay.
there.
Oh,
Kev,
that's
what did you say?
hemming and
Pin feather? Where are you
And
getting
better.
that?
And it's only a vague recollection of where I went to college and growing up in water country, or going to college in water country in the Bay of Chesapeake, where you had all kinds of
Wait.
well,
The
this
Bay
sounds
of
like a core
Chesapeake?
memory.
Love
bird
it.
hunters.
All right,
Send it.
let's go with
Send it.
pin. What is it? What?
Pin feather.
Yeah, let's go with pin feather.
All right, Alex, Corey, and Randy. If you get to steal, you win. If you get it wrong, you get another question. You can win there.
There's no 8-point questions. What?
What small North American duck, named for the striking iridescent patch of feathers on its secondary wing section, holds the record for one of the longest annual migrations, with some individuals traveling from the northern U.S. and Canada all the way to South America, often wintering as far south as Peru or Brazil?
Sounds like a tiny, shiny duck.
Corey, what is it?
A loon?
Close. I think it's a teal because they have a teal patch.
I believe you.
Yeah, I believe you too. Sure, teal.
Randy, can you be more specific?
Wow.
Oh my god.
Teal that travels real far.
If you can't, you don't have to.
I don't.
You wanna take a
never
shot in the
realized
dark?
There were
The spotted teal, the little teal, lil teal.
Little teal.
The official name is LIL apostrophe
Yeah.
teal.
No, I don't want to make something up.
Because of the descriptor on it, it doesn't matter. We're looking for the blue-winged teal.
Oh, nope. I
mean,
would
but
not have
teal
said
and
that.
blue-winged, that's kind of like saying,
Feels redundant.
Yeah, I feel
Yeah.
like that's a win. That's a win. I would
Like
say.
ATM
I hate to
machine?
give it to you, but that
is the teal or the blue-winged teal a disc?
I don't think so.
I don't like it.
Nah, me neither. It's no.
You guys agree?
Yeah.
Sure.
Blue-winged teal, grassland disc, September
What?
22nd,
Grassland discs.
2025.
baited.
I got to get sponsored.
All right. You guys won, but your final question. Question 6, category 3. Instantly recognizable by its striking broad fan-shaped tail, which it uses to perform acrobatic maneuvers while catching insects. The New Zealand fantail is also known by what Maori name? Instantly recognizable by its striking broad fan-shaped tail, which it uses to perform acrobatic maneuvers while catching insects. The New Zealand fantail is also known by what Maori name?
Who can name off some RPM discs?
Yeah, that's where I'm at. I only know one of them.
The Pikanakua? The Piwa-
No, we already
Well,
had
that guy
one.
got hurt on Sunday.
Yeah, Pukanakua. Pawakanawi.
I think you're thinking Puwaka Waka.
Literally, the only thing I think about when I think about New Zealand is literally the episode of Rocket Power while they're going down the side of the hill and those big giant blow up ball things. Anyone?
Yeah, shout out, yeah.
Yep.
Okay, I can't get that out of my head, so I can't think of any birds.
In my head, they were in Hawaii.
I'll let you think about the answer. I'm going to figure this part out. It literally says a race across New Zealand. It was a movie.
Oh, well, there you go.
Okay. Yeah, all I can think of is koi, which I think is a brand.
Nope, that's a fish.
That's a fish too as
Kia?
well. And
Tia is the one I owned, and I don't remember what that type of bird was.
I got nothing.
Kia.
Sure, Kia.
You guys agree?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Kevin, Eric, and Evan, instantly recognizable by its striking broad fan-shaped tail, which it uses to perform acrobatic maneuvers while catching insects. The New Zealand fantail is also known by what Maori name?
I think I like one of the ones they said, P Waka Waka. That's one of the RPM discs that I remember.
That's like the only one I know, I think.
Yeah.
You guys agree?
Yeah, and Justin Frey is the one who always throws all the, or used to.
And Pat asked quite quickly, so I like it.
Well, 2 of the 3 people said it pretty quickly. Is the P Waka Waka a disc?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
You guys agree?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good job, but you still lost by 1.
We did it.
I just want to say I said it, and these guys ripped a question 6 out of my hands.
That's true. It's true.
I thought Alex said it.
I tried to say it. I
He
tried
inspired
to say it.
He
Corey,
said
none
it.
of the words you said would have even gotten a, can you be more specific?
Alex made a
He
Chiefs
said- he
reference
said
or whatever.
Pukanakua.
They knew what he meant.
I said it enough so that people knew what I meant. That's enough.
Yeah.
It was inspired by what Corey was saying.
Likely story. We got any birthdays coming up this week?
Definitely not Kevin's.
No, next week.
And the
Man,
next
I
week
really
or
did
so.
not need Josh Allen to just throw a pick.
EMP's birthday is on the 17th. Happy birthday.
Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
mine's on Friday.
Friday.
Yep.
Sean
Yeah,
Dollard.
I see that. You share a birthday with Mike Bruni, a Beacon guy.
Happy birthday, Mike.
Sean Dollard, Josh Weinsteck.
Doug Ianen is the same day as mine, but that's Monday.
Shout out Jaimen's Dub's partner, Steve Marshall. His birthday was on Tuesday.
I know we mentioned B. Klein. I played with him on his birthday Saturday morning at Greenville. We had a nice tag match. It was a beautiful day.
Awesome. Kevin, anything you want to throw out there before we go?
This 70th Celestial Tour, Sunday, SPW. Come later, come early. We'll be playing and then grilling and then playing some more.
Playing and grilling. All right.
Playing and grilling.
So next week we should have time to get to Skip Ace and Stonewall. So, all right. Thank you, Alex, Eric, Corey, Randy, Evan, Jaimen, and thanks for coming on, Kevin.
Thanks for having me, Pat.
Thanks,
Pat.
Pat.
Thanks, Pat.
Thanks, Pat.
Thanks, everybody.